In this installment, we're going to be going over the MLB bet slate for Saturday, August 10th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our August 10th MLB bet slate we got going on for the weekend for Saturday. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetSD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 7.68 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 10K, and we are well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day, all right? So, guys, if you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so we can grow to a broader audience, all right? And for that Patreon, so far, since it's still pretty early in the night, this was my top play of the day. This has came through already. The Baltimore Orioles on the money line at a very good value there, going up against Zach Littell. Another good opportunity here. This was the play I did give in the video, all right? And this was the top play that I did put in the Patreon. That came through in cash. All right, hopefully everything else goes through here. We're waiting on a community parlay, okay? So stay tuned to that. Let's get into the slate. I'm so excited to announce I have partnered with BetStamp and SIGNUP Expert to provide you guys with an easier way to sign up with any sportsbook in your area. If you go to the link in the description down below, you will be directed to this page you see here. It automatically displays all available sportsbooks in your area plus their current promotions. For example, you could take the plays given in this video and apply it to any other sportsbooks you don't currently have and reap the rewards. Now let's get into the slate. Before we kick things off, remember that Patreon link is provided down below in that description section. To kick things off, we're going to go over this Yankees game here. That was rained out. They kept the pitchers the same here. Carlos Rodon going up against Cody Bradford, all right? Yankees versus the Rangers here. This total, the odds here, minus 205 to the Yankees. Texas Rangers plus 170 on the money line for the comeback. Total set at 9.5, so a very high total in this one here. Cody Bradford 3-0 with a 3.96 ERA, 0.92 WHIP. Carlos Rodon 12-7 with a 4.37 ERA and a 1.21 WHIP. For Rodon, this is where he pitches better at home with a 3.76 ERA. Some of his blemishes are going to be his numbers versus lefties, but that shouldn't be that occurrent here when the Rangers face a lefty here. They go pretty right-handed heavy, but in some cases it should be around one or two cases here versus lefties, a 2.45 home run per 9 and a 1.36 WHIP. Versus righties, the home run per 9 is a little bit lower here at a 1.59. He is giving out a pretty solid low whip in average to both lefties and righties. It's just the power issue, okay? Cody Bradford here struggles with power righties. 2.12 home run per 9. He's also given up a low whip in average to both. So both of these pitchers here have a propensity to giving up the long ball. So definitely attack this here if we're looking at some home run props, one-offs, or even parlays as well. So I'm going to be leaning towards the over on the 9.5 runs, but I'm going to be sticking with the Yankees here, holding tight and getting to Cody Bradford in this game. In Rogers Center here, we have the Toronto Blue Jays 54-62 going against the Oakland A's 48-69. Blue Jays are home favorites minus 150 with the comeback of the Athletics at a plus 125. Total runs set at 9, all right? Public bet percentage, 91% of the bets and 95% of the money here on the side of the Blue Jays. For the total runs, 94% of the bets and money towards the over 9 runs as well. Starting pitching matchup here, 2-3 Osvaldo Bido, 2-3 with a 4.64 ERA. Going up against Yariel Rodriguez here, 1-4 with a 3.86 ERA. For Bido, this guy has been pretty much in the bullpen and out of the bullpen. They keep mixing him around as a guy that can either be a relief pitcher or if he can stretch out to be a starter throughout this whole entire season. So far, he's been pretty deep. He's been okay, all right? He's been okay as a starter when he gets the opportunity. He did get hit hard by the Angels, gave up 7 earned runs in that game not too far ago. But when you're looking at his numbers, very good strikeout rate. He has some wild stuff that leads to a high walk rate as well. So it gives opportunities to other teams to get men on base. And that's where things could get a little bit wild. And they could definitely be going to this bullpen really, really quickly here. Okay. Yair Rodriguez on the other side has been very strong at home with a 2.75 ERA. He shuts down lefties at a very nice clip here, but versus righties, the only issue is going to be the home run per 9 at a 1.59 as well, all right? But he has pitched better and better since the beginning of the season here, where he's come in some situations, struggled at the beginning, but has been very consistent in his last 5 to 6 starts. So I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing from Yair Rodriguez. We're going to be going with the Blue Jays here on the money line, going up against the lowly Athletics. Give me them at the minus 150. If I had to lean towards the over-under, I'm going to lean towards the under 9 runs here. I think it's going to be one-sided in this affair with runs on the side of the Blue Jays. All right, I think Yair Rodriguez will continue to stay strong at home with that very nice ERA. So Blue Jays money line, under on the 9 total. In Lone Depot Park here, we have the Miami Marlins 43-74 going against the San Diego Padres 65-52. Padres road favorites minus 165 with the comeback of the Marlins at a plus 135. Total runs set at 8.5. All right. For the public bet percentage here, 95% of the bets, 99% of the money on the side of the Padres. For the total runs, 97% of the bets, 98% of the money towards the over 8.5. All right, pitching matchup here. Matt Waldron, 7-9 with a 3.79 ERA, going up against Roddery Munoz here, 2-6 with a 5.68 ERA. Roddery Munoz is a guy that you definitely want to attack. He struggles at home with a 6.82 home ERA, so this is a great spot for the Padres. And his number versus lefties, this is outrageous. All right, continues to be egregious. A 4.85 home run per 9. A 4.85 home run per 9. A 333 batting average. A 246 whip. And a xFIP above 7 at 7.11. And he's given up a double-digit walk rate to lefties, okay? Versus righties, a 1.45 home run per 9 and a walk rate at 10%. So both issues here, lefties and righties, with the walk rate, and lefties absolutely destroy him. He's going to have to see 5 lefties here in this Padres lineup. That does not bode well. Matt Waldron on the other side, I really don't have to go over stats for him, but he's been very, very good, all right? 3.11 road ERA. He's been very good against righties. He's just given up a little bit of power to lefties at a 1.23 home run per 9. This is a landslide here, all right? Padres money line, Padres minus 1.5, and the over on the total of 8.5. Next up in Nationals Park here, we have the Los Angeles Angels 51-65 going up against the Nationals at a 53-64. All right, looking at the current odds right now, we have the pretty much down the middle. It is even. Angels minus 110, Nationals minus 110. Total run set at 9.5. For that public bet percentage, 75% of the bets towards Washington, 83% of the money towards Washington. Total run, 77% of the bets, 85% of the money towards the over 9.5. All right. Starting pitching matchup here, Griffin Canning, 4-10 with a 5.10 ERA, going up against Patrick Corbin here, 2-12 with a 5.88 ERA. All right, both of these pitchers here are gas cans. All right, so this is a very good spot for some offense, okay? If we're looking at Griffin Canning, a 5.86 ERA on the road. Versus lefties, he's giving up a 2.31 home run per nine, a 10% walk rate, a 317 batting average, a 1.89 whip, and a xFIP at 5.14. All right. Versus righties, he's just giving up home runs at a 1.65 home run per nine. Patrick Corbin hasn't been any better as well. Home and road, an over 5 ERA for Patrick Corbin, a 5.09 home ERA, and versus lefties, a 1.50 whip. Versus righties, a 1.74 home run per nine, a 258 batting average, and a 1.28 whip. So technically, the better numbers are on the national side here with Patrick Corbin. He's given up some hits to lefties, but giving up power to righties. Okay, so that's going to be that conundrum there. Griffin Canny has just been a landslide against lefties, horrible against them, and giving up power to righties. All right. So for this game here, love the over on the 9.5. That's going to be the main play in this one. And for the money line, we're going to be going with the home team. All right, home underdogs here, or home even dogs. Nationals on the money line, over on the total at 9.5. Those are going to be the plays for that game. Next up in Target Field, Minnesota Twins 64-50 going up against the Cleveland Guardians 67-48. Looking at the current odds right now, minus 120 on the money line for the home team in the Twins, with the comeback of the Guardians at a plus 100. Total runs set at 8.5. All right, public bet percentage here, 63% of the bets, 78% of the money here on the side of the Minnesota Twins. For the total runs, 86% of the bets, 91% of the money on the over 8.5. All right, starting pitching matchup here, Gavin Williams 1-4 with a 4.91 ERA, going up against Simeon Woods Richardson 3-2 with a 3.87 ERA. All right. Simeon Woods has been a very consistent pitcher here for the Minnesota Twins. Merely a stud here for this rotation between him and Joe Ryan. He's been very phenomenal this year. Super consistent, low whip and average to both lefties and righties. His home ERA is at a 3.40. All right. Gavin Williams, on the other hand, coming back from an injury. All right. He got a handful of starts here. It's building up some more rapport since coming back. Obviously, last year had some very solid numbers. He's still trying to correct those errors right now this season. Versus lefties, he's given up a home run per nine at 1, a 275 batting average, a 1.56 whip. So he's giving up some hits here to lefties, a little bit of a concern. Same thing with righties, a 270 batting average and a 1.40 whip. So nothing really too crazy here. I think the top bet for this one between these two pitchers here will be the under on the total, under 8.5. All right. I think both of these guys are going to pitch well. Gavin Williams has a good track record if you look back to last year, and he's warming up this season. And then Simeon Woods Richardson has been phenomenal all season long. So under on the 8.5. And if I had to choose the money line, I would slightly lean with the home team here in the Minnesota Twins. Next up in Coors Field here, we have the Atlanta Braves 60-54 going up against the Rockies 42-74. Looking at the odds here, Braves are solidified road favorites minus 200 with the comeback of the Rockies at a plus 165. Total runs set at 10.5. Public bet percentage here, 94% of the bets, 86% of the money towards the Atlanta Braves here, all right? For the total run, 68% of the bets, 70% of the money towards the over on the 10.5. So usually in these Coors games, it's more to that 80 to 90% range. This one's coming in a little bit more on the side of the under. Just if you're looking at those percentages there. Starting pitching matchup, Max Fried, 7-6 with a 3.40 ERA, going up against Cal Quantrill, 7-8 with a 4.56 ERA. All right, for Cal, he has pitched better at home with a 3.95 ERA, so that is a little bit better there. He has been pretty good versus righties. Not much of a concern when you're looking at his whip and average to those, but he has an issue to lefties. All right. Versus lefties, a 1.93 home run per nine, a 1.50 whip, and the xFIP is at 5.34. All right, so these Braves lefties here are in a very good position here going up against Cal Quantrill. All right, Max Fried, on the other hand, he's a different pitcher on the road. He's turning up another notch. He's been elite at a 2.77 ERA on the road. His little issue here is going to be power versus lefties. It's not going to be that many occasions anyway, because he is a left-handed pitcher. So the Rockies are going to be more right-handed. He's probably only going to see one or two lefties, but when he does face one, it's a 2.03 home run per 9, a 315 batting average, a 1.58 whip, and the BABIP is over 400. All right, so some concern there in that aspect when he does face one or two lefties here in the Rockies lineup. But for this one here, I'm going to be going with the under on the 10.5 for this one. And give me the Atlanta Braves on the money line. So the best value is going to be the total. I'm going to be leaning towards the under and Braves money line. Next up in Chase Field here, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks going up against the Philadelphia Phillies here. Diamondbacks are slight home favorites, -115 on the money line, with the comeback of the Phillies at a -105. Total runs set at 8.5. For the public bet percentage, 82% of the bets, 64% of the money here on the side of the Philadelphia Phillies here. So the sharp money is coming in on the side of Arizona at that 36% for the total runs. All right, 89% of the bets, 91% of the money towards the over 8.5. All right, we have a pitching duel here. Aaron Nola, 11-5 with a 3.54 ERA, going up against Zach Gallen, 9-5 with a 3.75 ERA. So two aces on the mound. Nola has been absolutely phenomenal this season. Not a lot to pick out for him. Zach Gallen has been pitching strong. His strong suit is pitching at home with a 3.23 ERA. His average he's given up to righties is a 281 and a whip at 1.38. Just a little bit of a blemish there. I'm going to be going with the under in this one. So give me the under in 8.5. I see a pitching duel between these two guys, but I do think the Diamondbacks squeak a win out here with Zach Gallen on the mound. All right, so you got a nice tight even number. Diamondbacks money line under on the 8.5. Last but not least, we have a premier matchup here. LA Dodgers going against the Pittsburgh Pirates here. Dodgers 66-49, Pirates 56-58. Looking at the current odds right now, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates as road favorites, -120, with the comeback of the Dodgers at a +100. You're getting an opportunity here with the Dodgers as underdogs. All right, interesting to see. Let's continue. Total runs set at 7.5. Public bet percentage, 63% of the bets, 63% of the money on the side of the Dodgers. So we have sharps on the side of the Dodgers and public on the side of the Dodgers as well. For the total runs, 99% of the bets, 99% of the money towards the over 7.5. All right. Starting pitching matchup. The reason why this is in the favor of the Pittsburgh Pirates is Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens on the road is a different guy. His ERA is under 1. All right, it's absolutely insane how much better he is on the road. Obviously, it could be a Vegas thing with Paul Skeens at home getting a great opportunity. Everyone's going to hammer that, all right? But Paul Skeens is 6-1 with a 1.99 ERA. River Ryan here, 1-0 with a 1.72 ERA. So, like I said, Skeens under 1 ERA on the road. He already faced this Dodgers team, but that was at home, okay? 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 2 home runs, but 8 strikeouts. So a very high strikeout clip there. I do expect Paul Skeens to have another stellar performance here against these Los Angeles Dodgers, all right? River Ryan here, just getting a few starts here in the majors here. He does have a walk issue at 18% walk rate versus righties. He's given up a 1.13 home run per 9, a 1.38 whip, and an xFIP is high at a 5.18. So it's going to be up to the Pirates here to get to River Ryan. He does have a lot of issues, gives opportunity to the offense to score runs against them as well. All right, so for this game here, I'm going to fade the public. We're not going to be There's not going to be a nice Christmas gift here with the Dodgers at plus money. We got the Pirates. They opened it as favorites. We're going to keep it as favorites. Give me the Pirates on the money line here with Paul Skeens. You can take the first 5 as well, but I'm going for the gusto. Pirates money line. If I had to go towards an over-under, I will lean towards the over 7.5. If they're going to have to do it, I think they outscore the Dodgers here, okay? Put some runs here, put some pressure on the Dodgers to try to fight back, all right? So over on the 7.5, Pirates on the money line in that one. These are going to be our selections for the Saturday slate. Let me know in that comment section down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are going to be your props for Saturday? We can definitely debate about that down below. Also, if you want to sign up for the Patreon, all right, that link is down below in that description. You get access to the daily bets, the future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. All right, I'll be back with another video very soon. All right? Peace out.